If you were ever curious as to why Gray might be a frontrunner for the MVP, this right here is why. The defense from MSG is on fire.
Well, hello, and happy gaming day. Can't beat a day like today. My name's AnthonyMalum, joined tonight by KingFsher for more Rlss playoffs. We got the Riptide Cup quarterfinals. Winner of this moves on to semis, and the chance of a championship's getting more real. Trample Gaming and the Nintendo Switch gang. Fisher, how you doing?
Doing great. Really excited to cast this one. Obviously, been a lot of hype, especially around Trample. I think they got one of the runners for MVP, Gray there. So hopefully, it should be a really good matchup. And of course, anybody named Nintendo Switch game, you gotta be a looked up for. I mean, if they do play on Nintendo Switch, that's just awesome.
Yeah, 100%. How do you not respect a Switch gamer? And matter of fact, there's some lore behind that. One of the Nintendo Switch gang is jumping ship and will be playing tonight on a PC. So, with those frames, the movement, potential monitor upgrade, look out, Trample Gaming. But I say look out, Trample Gaming, because the stats are quite interesting. We'll start off by looking at Nintendo Switch gang and their stats and what they bring to the table. And it's pretty polarizing. Not the strongest record and not the most eye-jumping stats, but where Nintendo Switch gang really stands strong, Fisher, is in their on-pitch gameplay.
Absolutely, and especially looking at that save statistic, I think you were talking about before we how that defense was just a cornerstone of that team. They can do a lot of things with the ball on their end of the pitch. So luckily, if those stats are anything off of, shot percentage, not the highest we've seen. I mean, the saves certainly up there.
Now we'll take a big look here at Trample Gaming, who have some wild stats of their own. And pretty obvious number off the bat is that 7-0 regular season record. And, I mean, undefeated records speak for themselves from a regular season, which tends to be the slog, the grind of things.
Absolutely, and I mean, when you look at all those stats, they're doing incredibly well, and almost 9 shots a game really just speaks to how much you're able to accomplish on offense, how much you're able to put the ball towards the net, have less saves, have less demos than the Nintendo Switch game, so maybe not as much experience on the defensive side, but when you look at them, it's really hard to put it past them.
It is, and now for a look at the bracket to see how this game today affects the future. The winner of this series will take on Affinity Prospects on November 4th, and Affinity Prospects really had a war with New Age Nova, so Affinity Prospects will be a worthy challenge, certainly, when we see the 4-0 they had against Mach 10 Academy, a strong team in their own right, and the routes here are more than worth considering. Nintendo Switch gang with a strong showing against 135. it's watching it was the same as watching Trample Gaming. You truly could see that both teams have their sights set on the finale. They have their sights set on the end. They have their sights set on those grand finals on November 5th. And this is a toss-up for me. It's not as easy as it might be for others to look at this and kind of pick a winner. We got the predictions up, and predictions in themselves are always polarizing and objective to say the least. But I think this is truly going to be an example of a game that gets decided on the pitch.
Absolutely will be, and whichever team does win, they're going to have their work cut out for them. Like you said, both teams been doing a pretty good job in the lower half of that bracket. It's their, Affinity Prospects with some really strong showing, so certainly going to have their work cut out for them if they pass these quarterfinals and move on to the semis. But
sorry, Tommy,
still time left. Still time left.
Sorry, it's kind of funny. Nothing like the bot zapping the owner before the playoffs. Please no
Hey,
fire.
I mean,
no
this is gotta learn. This is the Anthony's turf. No spamming here, but
yeah,
that should be a very exciting
now.
game.
Sorry about that. That's kind of funny though. Oh, that's a fun way to start tonight. But looks like everybody's filing in. Let me just make sure everybody's comfortable and all set to go before we get started. And so, Fisher, you can kind of give us your more. I don't want to say simple. I almost called you simple. I'm so sorry. Give us the things to watch for, the off the bat. A lot of momentum so far this playoffs has been the name of the game. Should we look for something similar?
Maybe not necessarily in momentum, but certainly in the tempo of the game. Because I mean, haven't been casting Rocket League a while. Really, neither of us have. But one thing that's been pretty consistent throughout all the games we've shown, whichever team has the ball on an offense more, wins a game. It doesn't matter how good their offense is, how good their defense is. If the ball is on the opponent's half of the pitch, you're just going to win. There's really no way to stop it. And the teams that have struggled have been the teams that move it out of their end, that are the ones constantly stuck on the defense, never really getting their time to move the ball up, make some opportunities. So getting that time, getting those plays down to kind of move the turf is going to be absolutely crucial here for both of these teams.
100%, and I know there's a bit of Fisher echo. I'm still trying to fix that out. Sorry about that, gang, and we should have that fixed before we get in the game, but Nintendo Switch gang is ready, just waiting on Trample Gaming, and as soon as Trample Gaming is ready, we can get into this quarterfinal set, and I'm beyond excited. And one thing, and you said it best, one thing we're learning is you can't really expect the unexpected, and so far, the quarterfinals have been the unexpected across the board. Playoffs in general have been crazy for Rlss, but let's not wait anymore. Let's get into game between Trample Gaming and Nintendo Switch gang. No more time for waiting, only time for gameplay. That's not coming up. Hee hee. There it is.
Almost a roaring start to that one, but luckily now it's going to be Trample taking the ball first. That's great. Somebody we talked about pregame. A lot of hype surround, and a really nice save again by Trample. Nintendo gang now on the attack. Timing though, can't get to it and goes by Dino.
Now Bawa with the nice save, but Gray was almost able to make something off of it regardless. Close call there. Already off the bat, not exactly ideal, not what you want. Trample Gaming trying to keep that pressure on, trying to keep Nintendo Switch gang on their toes, but now with Nintendo Switch gang getting aggressive, they needed a nice save from Sento, and that's exactly what happened. First 30 seconds, no score so far, and if you've watched any Rlss playoffs so far, you'll know that is a rare sight to see.
Absolutely, almost jinxing it, but not quite yet. Boost there, maybe messing up Nintendo Switch gang a little bit. Their one good offensive chance taken away because they don't have enough flames. Out the back end. Pretty good hit away. Zach can't get that one close to net. Now Trample Gaming not in great position to put this one on. They are going to get it down that end though. No, Nintendo Switch gang missed a chance to clear out. Finally getting it, and Sento can't hit it in time.
Now Gray getting aggressive is off the backboard, but nobody there from Trample Gaming to potentially follow up, so Nintendo Switch good to go in the offensive. They've got the ball down the pitch already. They're going to get aggressive on the net, but a nice send-out from Gray will calm things for the moment. Matter of fact, Gray going to try to follow it all the way down. Will get stopped, but Zach was lying in wait. Bawa needs a perfect save. Perfect save. He will have that buys Nintendo Switch time, but the onslaught is going to continue. Not going to stop quite yet. Gray makes the shot happen, but timing was there for another save for Nintendo Switch. That's how they're staying alive so far. The saves have been on point. How long can you survive offense like that? That's been the key question for the playoffs so far for everybody.
Uh-oh.
They're locked up. No moving. No moving. This mattered so much in the series we saw on Thursday, and Nintendo Switch Gang would take advantage to take the first score.
Oh, that's unfortunate there for Trample Gaming. Gray was in a perfect position to hit that away, but I mean, you can't. Of course, unwritten rule of Rocket League, can't break the rule one. Good job on just Dino tying up the member there, Trample Gaming, creating the opportunity for the team. Don't know how intentional it was, but results still the same. And now Nintendo switching. Unfortunate miss there from Dino. Won't be able to set up the rest of the team for an attack, but here comes Sento.
Nintendo Switch Gang take that control back, but Gray was lying in wait for Trample Gaming. Did try to make a play happen, but no shot quite yet. So maybe this is the NSG chance to get aggressive, but not going to last for long. It's going to be really tough to deal with Sento and Gray at that midfield. They've already shown it. Bow will try to make a play happen, and Timing's got an open net, so Timing's going to find the shot, making it 2-0 already for Nintendo Switch Gang.
Second goal there for Timing, and not necessarily a lucky one, because incredible redirect, very good job adjusting on the fly. But just the fact that they were down there on the end of the field at the exact right time, only a little bit of luck involved there for Nintendo Switch Gang. So now they should have it on a 10, but no, they're going to get beat to the ball. Trample Gaming now chance.
Timing ready for a defense. Off the backboard already for Trample Gaming. Gets sent right back on their end. They got to be ready for it quickly. Zach was there. Timing not going to have a shot quite yet, but still there. Dino trying to take advantage. We'll have to kind of play the corner well, but now Gray has an open net and has some time. NSG going to get the chase, not going to find it. That's the potential MVP that we heard about before, making the first goal for Trample Gaming.
Into placed absolutely perfectly. You see one member there, I think it was Baba, just didn't go high enough up the wall. Boost certainly had the time, and I think just missed the ball a little bit, and a great shot by Gray. Now Trample Gaming, only one behind, 2 minutes left. Certainly still some good chances, but Nintendo Switch Gang, good job on defense, but Zach keeps it in. I believe that is going to be, oh, what a deflection by Sento, and Zach scores. What a play by Cole.
That's going to tie us up at 2-2 with 1 minute and 55 left on the clock. And Trample Gaming like this spot, certainly, because all that aggression that came out, that onslaught we mentioned, that was early from Nintendo Switch Gaming, it's now been handled by Trample Gaming. Now we're tied up, and with 1 minute and 55 left, the game no longer feels so one-sided, not so dominant. We'll see if Trample Gaming can keep up the momentum they've gained, or if Nintendo Switch Gaming can flip it on its head. Gray gonna have a chance at midfield, gonna get the advantage, get a shot off, heading towards NSG, gonna be followed up on. Gonna hit the corner end. Slide in for Sento off of a great assist from Gray. Trample Gaming have found the offensive click already, and NSG got to keep up.
Talk about an unfortunate turn of events there for Nintendo. In less than a minute, they go from up 2-0 to down 3-2. Very, very nice plays there coming out from Trample Gaming. Now they're not going to start with it on their side. Instead, it's going to be Timing combining to send it over, but now sent that end on defense once again. Trample still keeping the pressure on.
3-2. 1 minute and 29 left. Trample Gaming get aggressive. Zach sets up for it for Gray to make that aggression possible. Nintendo Switch will be stuck on defense. The ball control was strong there. It's in front of the net, off the crossbar. Timing looking for a block, already set up for it. It was a tough call, but he got it. It was off the backboard, no clean shot from Trample Gaming. But they will have time to play with the ball as they choose. But Timing going to get in between them. Almost made a beautiful shot happen, but we're great there. Now sending it back out. NSG have Dino waiting. It's off the backboard, but no follow-up going to be there quite yet. Timing will continue that aggression. Running to Gray. Gray gets it to Sento, and Sento finds the net. 4-2. Remember when this game was 2-0? Insane there from Trample to keep up what they've kept up. I mean, if I'm NSG, that's frustrating. The way they've come out and kind of be caught off guard by having a 2-0 lead, feeling comfortable, feeling aggressive, and all of a sudden everything's been flipped around the way it has. Not an easy feeling.
Not at all. Now Trample going to go back on the offense. Nintendo Switch Gang can't catch a break, but a nice pinch by Bowa to send it past two. Trample, though, going to get there first, going to stop that attack in its tracks. Gray now still looking for something to come back, and Trample still on attack. Finally, Timing able to get it out of there.
Timing gonna get really aggressive with it and get a shot on net, but Gray's gonna find it at the last second for the steal. A chance at 4-3 just blew up in the face of NSG. That's gonna make it tough to come back in this game number 1, especially with Trample Gaming continuing the offense from Zach. But Bawa was there for the save. Not quite out yet. Dino gonna get the dribble, lead it in, and find a home. No, it's not. It's gonna get stopped just short. Just didn't work out. That will squash the hopes. That's gonna be a game number 1 going the way of Trample Gaming. Insane, just kind of a balloon in the air at this point, but with the 2-goal lead, Trample Gaming have a lot to feel proud of in game number 1. The offense was just oh so strong. We'll see how long they keep this up for. Gonna turn in the one more shot from Sento. That was gross. Unnecessary roughness on the offense, Trample Gaming, but they take game 1 regardless.
Nintendo Switch game, obviously the ones trying to keep that ball up maybe after that goal from Sento. Not too happy about their decision. That's going to be a very nice finish there from Trample. And like you said, down 2-0, it felt like 30 seconds ago. What a comeback, insanely fast-paced in Nintendo Switch game. Just not able to react in time. Trample with a very, very nice closeout to that game number 1.
And Trample's heading into Forbidden Temple with an insane amount of momentum on their belt, down to quite literally the last second and keeping it up like that. And Nintendo Switch game, they have something good they can look at. They can look at the start of the series. They can look at the beginning of the game and know exactly what they needed to do to keep Trample Gaming on the back foot. They just kind of lost sight of it as things went on. So it's not an impossible task, which is certainly good for Nintendo Switch Gaming. And it's a long series, best of 7. So more than enough time and potential for NSG to come back.
Absolutely is. And we've seen a lot of kind of sweeps, not really sweeps, but some pretty one-sided affairs. We've also seen some close battles there, and with the fight we saw there from game number 1 with the Nintendo Switch game, really hard to imagine it's going to be something like a 4-0 or even a 4-1. Outside of those last 2 minutes, extremely competitive, really flexing their muscles, doing some things very well. Hopefully for them, they can continue that and just try to quell that offense from Trample a little bit.
Looks like we got in here way faster. I kind of forgot they were the Nintendo Switch gang for a reason. But the PCs are loading up now. Nintendo Switches are catching up. Game 2 on the horizon. Trample Gaming with a 1-0 lead. Nintendo Switch gang off the bat going to try to turn things around. And they start off decent. They get the ball on the side of Trample Gaming. But Sento is going to be there to clear things out. Dino does set up nicely for timing. Timing back to Dino. Dino dribbled up again, but stuck in the corner. Not quite the clean setup that NSG was looking for. But timing's not going to let it go back to the other side quite yet. But they got a little caught up at that midfield, and now Trample Gaming find themselves on offense.
Bawa with some very questionable moving there, rotates back in the middle of the offense. I think the Nintendo Switch game, we're trying to set up for Bawa, who now has a beautiful move, but stops their own goal. Oh, and hits their own player. Oh, that is catastrophic from Nintendo. They missed an easy goal there.
An almost own goal, an own touch. It's just an opposite own goal. It's just everything's clicking wrong there, but you're still not even a minute in. Still plenty of time to clean those things up, and NSG have shown they can do it before. Now they get aggressive, they bring it right back to the net, and they clean it up. 1-0 NSG.
Great start there from Nintendo after a little bit of a mishap. They managed to clean it up, they managed to come right back, and now Trample Gaming, once again, familiar territory. Down 1 early, and hey, you know, pattern continues. We are going to have a first-minute goal in the set. Absolutely love to see it.
4 minutes on that clock, and already offense from Trample Gaming. Zach looking to set up Dino, sets up in the net for the defense, and it gets sent back out and cleared instantly. Trample Gaming not as clean so far on offense as we saw towards the latter half of game 1, which is surprising because they'd have that momentum. And timing will get the demo. That sets up Dino to make a potential shot, but it's going to actually be a bit interfered with. Doesn't matter regardless, because timing is everything. That's 2-0 for NSG.
Another great goal there by the Nintendo Switch gang. A little bit of a double commit, which luckily doesn't end up hurting them. We're seeing a lot of pass plays. I mean, in the intro video, it looked like Trample with all the coordination, but now Nintendo Switch showing up and showing out. 2 very nice goals. The only problem is now Trample has more time on the clock than they did in game 1, and we've already seen they can make a comeback pretty easily.
NSG really playing the nice passing game on the Trample Gaming side, and no answers so far for it that we saw, again, in that latter half. But like Fisher mentioned, that intro video should tell you everything you need to know. NSG has Really great ball control and awesome defense, but Trample Gaming, they like to be playmakers. They like to take the exciting shots. You can see Gray setting up for one now. Gets it on a net and almost misread by NSG, but Bawa was there at the perfect time. Close call for NSG, but they still hold their 2-0 lead, and now they're back on offense and timing. Looking to make a play happen, but nobody's there to follow up. Going to require a pinch, but didn't quite find it. That leaves opportunity for Trample Gaming. Going to be off the backboard, but Gray not going to be able to follow up in time because NSG have already cleared it out.
Talk about a pinch so close from Trample. Now forced back on the defensive Nintendo Switch King, though. Nobody's home, but it's off target timing. He's been absolutely everywhere this game. Gonna air dribble it past, only has one more to beat, and it's gonna get over the head. No, it won't, but set up perfectly for Bawa. Nintendo Switch game now up 3-0.
What more could you ask for there from NSG? They played that absolutely perfectly. The trust in your teammates and the patience there led to a goal. That puts them up 3-0. And with 2:25 left, Trample Gaming really have found themselves against the ropes, kind of similar to Game 1. But like you said, this time isn't on their side the way it was. So they're going to make changes, and we're going to see that hyper-fast offense we saw. They got to do it quick. And NSG, they're going to keep on the pressure. They're not going to let Trample Gaming have that. NSG want to be the ones to take down the undefeated demons of the Riptide Cup.
They have a good chance to do it. Dino putting it back towards the net, but it's going to be hit off just as quickly by Zach. Trample Gaming with the chance, but timing. Once again, everywhere on the field. Right place, right time, but now ball sails over their head. Dino now is there. Trample are going to hit it yet again, but no follow-up here, and timing's going to get to it first. Put it on the net. Not going to get in, though. A great save by Zach, but now Bawa with the chance.
And Bawa's making it look real pretty while doing so. Bawa almost found it, was just a little bit off in the calculations. The graphing calculator wasn't working quick enough for the Nintendo Switch gang that time. But they still have the chance because Bawa's there once again for a clear, but Sento's going to meet him halfway. Now Dino's there for the clear, and the follow-up, and the shot, and the goal! 4-0, Nintendo Switch.
What a goal there by Dino. And yet again, Nintendo Switch just making it happen out of nowhere. Trample looked like they had a pretty good attack going. Too little, too late. Now 4-0, 80 seconds left. Starting to look slim here for a chance at a Trample Gaming Game 2 victory. Nintendo Switch Gang, unless something drastic happens, might have this one locked up.
That's exactly what they needed, because it's so easy to let a best-of-7 run away from you and instantly find yourself down 2-0 and mental's getting drained, and then all of a sudden you're down 3-0 or 3-1, and every game's do or die. If you can come out right away, make it 1-1, it kind of feels like a reset button for the entire series, really.
Absolutely, becomes a best-of-5, which they've been playing all season, but still 50 seconds left for Trample to try to stop that. Don't know if they can with a great goal from timing, second of the game. Nintendo Switch Gang spreading this one out well. 2 members with 2 goals, another one with a solo shot. And what a play there. Not necessarily a pinch, but certainly some coordination from the members of the red team. Now, 45 seconds, 5-goal lead. I think that might have sucked the wind out of Trample.
I'm with you there, but Trample not ones to give up, certainly. So they will absolutely do their best to not have a game taken off. We did see that they 4-0'd their previous playoff sets. With a 7-0 in a season, this could be history. Even in a small scale for Nintendo Switch Gang. They're trying to make it happen. 5-0, so chances are completely dim. But it's not going to stop Trample Gaming from giving it their all for one final shot. Don't want to be shut out, certainly. Don't want to give that much hope. And Sento sets up for Zach, but Dino meets it and gets the block. So it looks like Trample Gaming, nope, there it is. There's Gray doing great things. On the way out, they will find 1 goal, making it 5-1. And unless something miraculous happens, NSG should tie the series of 1-1. But I don't know. There's something about Trample Gaming that makes me afraid to... No absolutes. No Sith work here.
But with that ball up the wall, might absolutely do it. They do get one on net, though. Is that going to score a second? No, it's going to hit the ground. Barely was going in.
Oh, boy.
Nintendo Switch Gang take 1. And now, like we said, it's back to best-of-5. Tied 1-1 in this best-of-7. Each team now only needing 3 to win. A very convincing victory there by the Nintendo Switch Gang. Trample might be in a little bit of trouble. All the momentum on their side after that incredible Game 1 comeback just now absolutely gone.
Wow, huh?
I mean, couldn't have phrased it better myself.
I really didn't expect a 5-1 for Nintendo. I'm finding myself very, very much in shock of that. I'm very impressed. I will say that if I'm Trample Gaming, with the season they've had, there's absolutely no way that I'm allowing that in my head.
100%. Yeah, they've had an incredibly good season and a 5-goal swing in 3 minutes too. In the series alone, so certainly still in a good place, but it's really hard to overlook Nintendo there. I mean, they were just firing on all cylinders. They didn't look lacking in any aspects. The one goal they gave up was with 7 seconds left, nothing on the line. So really hard to fault them even for that momentary slip in defense. They looked incredibly, incredibly impressive there in game number 2.
I'm on the same page as you, and as we saw in chat, you cannot give a mechanically gifted team any kind of breathing room. And I think Trample Gaming, having learned their lesson, now being tied up 1-1, they're going to come out of the gates trying not to let that be the case. But NSG, certainly not going to play no games. Right off the bat, Dino with the demo on the Gray. That does set up NSG nicely, but they find themselves on defense. And Sento set up nicely for it. Going to be off the backboard and followed up on by Gray, who does get the shot off, but Bawa was there. Zach could not find a return shot to make it a 3-way pass on the rotation. So NSG have a chance to clear it out.
Now Bawa with the attempted goal hit away immediately by Zach. Going to be too far and too long there to go on to goal. So once again, Nintendo Switch Gang with the control of it. Timing though, going to miss in the air, but maybe just set up for Dino to come in and hit it anyway. Set up great with a good demo. Now a turn back. No, can't quite get it. Crossbar comes in clutch and a good pinch from Gray. Going to send it down to Nintendo Switch Gang's end.
Timing's going to sit in the goal, play that defense, but actually Bawa is going to be one that takes things out. But is met. Now Zach and Sento both set up nicely. Sento going to go for it, but Timing was right there. Timing's name proving to be realistic. Now going to get aggressive with it. Set it up for Dino to potentially take a shot here, but Sento going to be there for a nice and clean, simple save. And that leads to offense for Trample Gaming. They've got an open net, but they didn't have the right angle to make it work. So NSG will get it cleared off once again, but Sento didn't let that be for very long. Sento going to take the shot. Sento going to make the shot. 1-0 for Trample Gaming.
And a little bit of hesitation there from the Nintendo Switch Gang. I don't know if they didn't know who was going for that on the ground, obviously, both coming in from other directions. Didn't really want to double commit on it and leave the net empty. But they take so long that Trample Gaming able to just take complete advantage of that. Sento with a very nice goal. Now coming up, trying to get a nice kickoff, but just going to bump Bawa. Can't quite make it to the ball. Now good attack here from the Switch Gang, but defended beautifully by Gray. Trample Gaming now on the attack.
Very interesting kickoff. Looked like a kid's soccer game. Just full chaos at midfield. Nobody making it towards the net. But quickly, that's changed. 3 minutes 18 left currently. And Trample Gaming find themselves with an open net and a clear Sento to make it 2-0 for Trample Gaming. NSG just kind of caught off guard there. So kind of the reverse theme from last game.
Exactly, and a very good goal by Sento. I really like the logic there from Nintendo Switch on that defense, sending one low, one high, and with that quick a turnaround, good job by them communicating that. Fortunately, don't do it quickly enough, and now Trample Gaming up 2-0. Dino tries to take it toward net, not going to happen though. Bawa controls it up the wall, might try to get it past Trample Gaming, but a little bit of trouble in the air, lets it drop, and now Trample will be able to clear it out, but it's kept in by Bawa again.
Dino got demoed by Sento, and now Gray gets aggressive with it. Gets a little fancy, but unfortunately not able to follow it all the way through, which Trample will remain in control for the time being. That time being cut slightly short is now Timing getting aggressive on the Trample Gaming side. Almost an open net, but Gray came out of nowhere for a perfectly timed save to reset things up, but Dino going to take a shot right off the bat. Going to be slightly off as well. Still 2-0. But Nintendo Switch Gang trying to find a bit of feeling, trying to be able to get those mechanics flowing. They're going to get aggressive again with Bawa, but it gets sent away. Now Gray going to be there to follow up and get it nicely set up for Zach to follow through. Nintendo Switch Gang will be there to defend and get it off. You know, Fisher, if there's one set that has already potential in my mind of going the distance, taking us to Champions Field, I know it's early. Comparatively speaking, we might actually have a chance at it. These two teams feel like every game they come out with a different type of answer for each other.
They absolutely do, and now Trample still trying to answer back after that 5-1 loss. Nintendo Switch King, though, control it for the time being. Hit away by Zach, still in their end of the field. Finally, though, Bawa going to be the one to advance it, but Gray's here on defense, and now Trample have a nice opportunity. Goes towards the net, bounced off once again with a good setup, and it's going to be Zach that scores this one. Sento was close by as well. Trample Gaming now go up 3-0. We set it on the flip side in game 2. Starting to get to that category now with the time where it's starting to look dire here for Nintendo Switch King.
On the same page as you, and gotta say, the AirPods are carrying you through nicely on the goal calls so far, Fisher. So you're handling that like an absolute pro. Handling the goals like a pro, same as Trample Gaming, who are holding that 3-0 lead with 1:30 left on the clock. NSG do still have time. Trample Gaming taught them that in game number 1. And now Bawa sets up, does get a nice chance here to make something happen, but Sento will meet it. Not allowing NSG to play comfortably long, but timing will make a play for it. Gray gonna get credit for the save. A nice response from Trample Gaming, but NSG still have the ball in favorable position. Sento gets another save. This one hit off the top of the crossbar thanks to a nicely timed bump. Gray gets aggressive for it, gets it to the net, gets followed up on. Not gonna be quite perfect. NSG don't have control of it, still in Gray's pocket, but Dino's gonna get the better of it. Then they're just gonna outrun Trample Gaming. They had a shot for it, but they aren't going to find it. Now 45 seconds to go, and Trample Gaming are holding on to the 3-0 comfortably. Here's another shot from NSG, but they're not going to find an opening.
NSG getting some really good looks here, and they're going to get yet another one with Dino, who dribbles it over and right into the net. Trample Gaming unable to react to that one, and a great goal by Dino. 30 seconds left, but 2 goals certainly manageable in that time period, if unlikely. Yeah, Nintendo Switch getting really, really nice looks here. Unable to make any of it connect, though. They're going to need those passes to start going through just a little bit quicker if they want to tie this one up.
30 seconds remaining, so if NSG want to make a play, the play has to come right now if they want to get that 2-1 lead. Dino gets aggressive with it. Bawa still hanging out. Trample Gaming not feeling comfortable on the defense quite yet. Timing's going to be set up nicely, but a demo from Gray is going to stop that in its tracks. And now Trample Gaming send it back the way of NSG. And with 5 seconds left on the clock, Trample Gaming look like they'll be heading their way to that 2-1 lead that NSG wanted to try to get, but no comfort here. Trample Gaming will take the game and take the lead.
They will, and they do it once again. I think we've done it twice already. Convincing fashion. A very, very quick 3-0 lead there for Trample. Nintendo, though, doing a nice job in that last 2.5 minutes. Don't allow a goal, get one of their own, and get a lot of nice looks as well. Certainly still in this one, now down 2-1. We got a situation exactly like game 1 moving into game 2. Those two were so different, not in scoreline, but really momentum. So if you're a Nintendo Switch King fan here, absolutely hoping they tie this one back up in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, we didn't really talk about it because, admittedly, it's kind of an upgrade, but it still is a comfort thing to switch from Nintendo Switch to a PC. That's, you know, it's kind of a system rock in the sense of everything's so much clearer. So there was some comfort in Game 1. I think in Game 2 we saw that everything was comfortable and was clicking. I think we saw the best of NSG. And in Game 1 we saw some of the best offense from Trample Gaming towards the end. And now in Game 3, I feel like what we saw was kind of the best of both worlds, but obviously favoring Trample Gaming, who did take the victory ultimately. But I think that gives us a better expectation as we get further into the series of kind of the strengths and the weaknesses and what to actually keep our eyes open for.
Absolutely, and now hoping this one, if you're Nintendo, I mean, I think we talked about it a lot, but especially in those last 2 minutes, the way they were able to keep that offense on was extremely impressive. Now they just got to do it from minute 0. Trample didn't look like they had too much of a comeback for it. But now they're going to have their opportunity. If Trample goes up here, obviously one away from moving on to the semifinals against Academy Prospects, or Affinity Prospects rather, my mistake. Now Trample with a good 3-man pinch will send it down. Nintendo Switch King with one on the defense, going to hit it right away. That timing, when timing once again gets a hold of that one.
Zach will find it midfield and look to make a play happen. We've seen tons of early goals so far in the playoffs, but this series has been oddly devoid of them. They've come late, it feels like. Trample Gaming trying to change that, and they get aggressive on the NSG side, not allowing them any breathing room so far. Gray tried to get a bit fancy with it, but didn't quite find the footing that time. Sento trying to continue the insane play so far. Did get a shot, but timing got credit for the save. Now Sento with the demo tries to bring it right on back. The timing's there. Now Zach gonna follow up. That's gonna be bounced off and followed up on, but get fucked out by Bawa, if not barely. No goal quite yet. Still 1 minute free of any craziness, so to speak, but crazy save from NSG.
Ooh,
No
Nintendo
way.
Switch King, though, now on the defense. Ooh, barely misses.
Oh, not again! No
Again?
way! No way it happens twice and still gets out of there. Trample Gaming just got so unlucky. The ball just kind of chilling in front of the net of NSG, but still would not go in. Can they force it in? Or can Dino get the block? Dino gets it. Sento comes back forward. It's dangling right in front and in from a goal of Gray. Trample Gaming up 1-0.
Only a little bit of a goal steal, but I think at this stage you're not going to mind that, especially with how those last few seconds went. Ball going in, Gray just nudges it a tiny bit. Nintendo Switch King, luck finally runs out after a impressive, lucky, whatever you want to call it, defense on net there for a solid 30 seconds.
Trample Gaming not letting up on that offense, and Zach's going to put one in instantly, making it 2-0. Trample Gaming, they have found that footing that I have mentioned. They have found the comfort. Now NSG, they got to find that defense that we heard about in that intro video that Fisher harpened back to. Nintendo Switch Gang got to find something here. Time's not out yet, but as always in these series, games can get away from you quickly.
They can. Now Nintendo Switch King forced back once again onto the defense with a nice deep flick there by Dino. Sento keeping it in, though, and now Trample Gaming was the one set up in front of the net. Unfortunately, Zach going to miss it. Gray comes in now, hits the post. Sento can't make anything happen either. Keeps the ball in that end, though. Are we looking at 3-0? Not now. Gets sent way too far. Timing now, struggling to get to it. Zach keeps it in, but Bawa finally gets it away from harm.
It feels like Trample Gaming have figured out that the answer is just non-stop shots. They're straight shooters. 3-0 already. This one goes to Zach. And Fisher, I think Trample Gaming have found the kryptonite to Nintendo Switch's defense, and that's just keep shooting until somebody's out of their rotation, until somebody's out of the net, because they've already tried to make a great save. They've just found it. They found the answer, and they're going to continue to pile on, and they're going to find one instantly from Sento, making it 4-0.
We've talked about momentum already a little bit. This is where it gets scary if you're a fan of Nintendo Switch Gang. Trample just firing on all cylinders. Even more scary than that, all three players getting incredibly involved. All of them already have a goal here, multiple assists, probably a few shots on net, centers, whatever it may be. And now Gray going to be the latest one to take it down. Bawa able to keep it up in the air, but still heading towards the net. Finally hit away by Dino before it's kept in yet again. I believe that's Sento taking it back there. Trample Gaming now, Zach with a shot, Zach with a goal, 5-0. And the game isn't even half over. Trample Gaming absolutely trampling the Switch game.
Completely out of nowhere. It's felt so much closer than this. We've seen some high scoring, we've seen back and forth, but this doesn't even look like the same Nintendo Switch Gang. I would certainly not be surprised if they, before we head into game number 4, they were to use, or game number 5, excuse me, if they were to use their timeout. Because it just feels like it's time. It feels like things are getting a little bit out of hand. It doesn't feel to the MO of NSG. There is still plenty of time on the clock, and this is the same amount of time that Trample Gaming is used to score their goals, so it's not impossible. But it's just looking slim, and the field domination has favored Trample so much, it feels like it'd be an impossible order for NSG to make anything happen. Zach lurking, and Sento going to clear it out, was waiting in the net. That keeps NSG from making an offensive play. They find themselves back on rotational defense. Zach, Sento, and Gray all to their positions that we're seeing them in constantly, ready to take their shots. But this time, NSG cleared out. They get a nice center that sets up, but Dino had gotten too close. Was following up to try to make a play off of the corner, perhaps, so it didn't quite work out. Now Bow with a shot, but it's high. Trample cleared out once more. NSG still can't make anything happen.
Timing with a good dribble, though. Only Zach to beat, and they are going to beat him. Dino comes in for the double touch. But it took a whole minute now, only with 1.5 left. Nintendo Switch Gang still afford to come back from, but a very nice goal there from them, and great, absolutely great, blanking on the word here, anticipation, there we go, to line that goal up.
Let's go.
24 left, thank you for the round of applause. Finally got there, now Dino putting it on Zach, though, once again the one to beat, and does beat them this time, and Gray
no
with a nice
way.
redirect. Oh,
Would it be sick?
unfortunate.
What a gross pass. Come on. Look at that. Pure beauty. Pure beauty. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Great Ascento, 6-1. Trample Gaming and NSG. I am not going to count them out whatsoever. This game might not be the greatest of suits, but we've seen how strong of a team they can be. We've seen how much their mechanics can really thrive and shine. So, you know, this one, if I'm on NSG, my coaching advice, my calm redirect that I've mentioned a few times in post-game interviews, as Gray gets another one in, making it 7-1, it's plain and simple. We put that game behind us. Every game here on out, it's a best of one. And every best of one, if we win, we move on. We just keep playing, we keep winning until we're done. And if NSG can come out with that mindset, then Trample Gaming might actually still have a fight in their hands, and they cannot get too comfortable.
Absolutely, and one thing we're seeing a lot with Nintendo Switch Gang, they're really coming alive here in the final minutes. I don't know if that's a kind of a mental block they have, maybe not quite being able to get off the ground early in the games, but they need to start doing that. They're looking very impressive in like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. Out of all 5 of these games so far, or 4 of these games rather, honestly, they need to start doing it from minute 1. Now they're going to get a nice touch on the ball. Bawa keeping it in, timing now, and try to follow up. Bawa puts it on net, but it's going to get hit away by Gray. Good defense there from Trample. Still keeping it out. Sento misses, but Zach there once again. Sento now going to try to put it on net, but Bawa there to hit it away first. 30 seconds, 6 goals to make up, and Nintendo Switch Gang hiking up an impossible mountain. They're going to get one back, though. Bawa is going to get the score.
Everything at this point for me, for NSG, anything that they can kind of pull out of a hat is essentially saying, we're not giving up, and I love that, and I think they should continue it. And I think if you can ride that mentality into the next game, then you have a chance to not go down so calmly, to not go down quietly into the night, if you know that movie. And NSG, not giving up yet. 10 seconds left, 7-2 for Trample Gaming before they take a 3-1 lead in this best of 7 series. They'll get one more shot on the net. This one will get credited to Gray. 8-2 should be the final score for this game. And NSG still have time, still have games, but if you're a Trample Gaming fan, and we've said if you're a Switch fan quite a few times, if you're a Trample Gaming fan, you are feeling mighty comfortable and mighty good about your boys right about now.
Absolutely, and they're going to get that victory going into game number 5. No matter if somebody gets a goal or not, and no one will. Trample Gaming take that one 8-2. Nintendo Switch Gang, they need to clean something up fast because all the Trample games so far, with the exception of I think that game 1, have been just absolute blowouts, really without much contestation until the last minute where it kind of slows down there. For the green team and for Nintendo, they need to take control of these games. They cannot let Trample get comfortable. Because otherwise, it's only going to be a 5-game set we look at.
I'm on the same exact page as you, my friend. And you know, you and I've seen different games, but we've seen crazier comebacks than this.
We absolutely have. I mean, I think we've seen a maybe best of 7 reverse sweep. I could be just completely wrong, though. But it feels like it some games, right? Whether it be the way the tempo's going, the way the game's going in terms of time, or just momentum in general. Absolutely seeing some huge turnarounds for some teams here. If you're a Nintendo Switch Gang fan, you wanna see it here, obviously. But now heading into match 5, they still got a mountain to climb up because Trample Gaming, no matter how good Nintendo Switch Gang is able to get, what they're going to be able to dig out of that tank, you've got to figure out a way to stop Trample, and that has been very, very difficult to do.
100%. You're on the same page. And hello, Solo. I hope you're doing good today, my friend. Always know when you join in. Death, Taxes, and Solo spamming Anthony. And game time. Game number 5, Neo Tokyo, Trample Gaming, Nintendo Switch Gang. Trample Gaming 1 victory away from heading to the semifinals.
Now, you're going to have to inform me here because, I don't know. Oh, I almost talked over goal. That would have been bad, but luckily Gray there to bail me out, if only for a second. Now Sento out in defense. Awa can't keep it in either. Trample Gaming going to clear it. Now I can ask, is Aquarium in the map pool? That's my absolute favorite map, but I never see it.
Not the one that I was given, but maybe one day we'll try to strike a deal with somebody.
I'm going to start a petition as now Trample tries to get on the attack. Zach hits it back, though. So does Sento, a little bit of misdirection. Timing there to disrupt the play. Is that going to clear it out for the time being? But no, hit away once again by Dino. Near now, Bawa too close to the goal. Can't get on it. finally does, up into the air off the crossbar, though, with a good hit away by Zach Dino. Putting it back on, now Nintendo Switch King showing that intensity they needed to have. Unfortunately, though, headed straight towards their net, hit away by Timing.
Okay, Fisher, I hear you, Mr. Rap God. Now Zach going to get a demo on to Timing. And Trample Gaming have their chance at defense as the offense comes out strongly from NSG. Strong enough for the first goal. 1-0 favoring Nintendo Switch Gang off the bat of Dino. And needed. You had to take control of that momentum.
You gotta correct me if I'm wrong here. I think outside of Game 1, that's the first opening goal we have here for Nintendo Switch Gang. Haven't got shut out of any of them. But, I mean, they do get one on the board here, and getting quickly is going to be important too. Sento does get a little bit of that one, able to keep it away. Gray puts it on net before it's hit away by Dino. Bawa with a nice demo, but Zach comes flying in, keeps the ball in their end. Bawa, though, again getting deflected away. Timing now, unable to find it. Finally does, but just that's a trample. Shot a goal from Gray, but Dino once again with the save.
And now Timing going to get fancy with it, try to dribble it out to the side of Trample Gaming. And NSG have another chance to get another goal in. It's going to go across the net, and nobody's going to be there to follow up. But now Dino trying to get fancy with it once again, keeping NSG aggressive, not letting Trample get anything going on this defense. See what I did there. And we'll see if that aggression can continue from NSG. That's been the answer to everything Trample Gaming has put out. And that's every time NSG looks strong. It's from their defense converting into the powerful offense. For Trample Gaming, it's the onslaught, it's the shots, it's the sniping, essentially. And if both teams can have figured out the answer for each other, that's the spelling of a long, long series, but Trample Gaming have gotten themselves to the point of one game away, which means that best of one every game is, that's where NSG is, and they still got to make it happen.
NSG now trying to get it out of their end, Timing unable to, and Dino a little bit late on the flip. Timing just going to try to stall it, and instead it goes sky high. Zach keeps it in. Gray, not quite in position yet to go for it, but Zach puts it back towards the net. Now are we going to see Gray coming out? No, we're not. An attempted pinch doesn't go well, but still goes into Trample's end. Sento there. Clear it out, but Timing puts it back in again. Now Nintendo Switch Gang with another attempt here, but it goes too wide. Bawa going to keep it in, but no shot on goal for the team in red.
Bawa doing what he can to keep it on the side of Trample Gaming. It's working out so far. Trample still find themselves on that defense. Timing going to be there to help out Dino, who sends it to Bawa, but Timing will be the one to pick it up. Bawa set up midfield. Now with a chance, does get over the head of one, but Sento was there not to let it go for too long. Now Timing gets aggressive to the net. Net's open. Net going to go. NSG 2-0 so far for the red side. And man, these two teams just do not quit. NSG have no quit in them. No matter what they faced in the previous game, they've come out swinging.
Absolutely have. Looking convincing too. Nintendo Switch Gang getting some incredibly good looks. Trample Gaming, though, still trying to come back. 2 goals. We've seen them do it before. Nearly a third, but a little bit wide there. Bawa keeps it in, but instead it's going to be redirected there. But I believe Gray, as Sento gets demoed on the other side. Another opportunity, but Gray now with some good defense pushes Nintendo Switch Gang out of the attack. Trample now might be able to go on the offensive, but instead Bawa air dribbling runs out of boost. Unfortunate there for the Nintendo Switch Gang.
Dino has the control of it at midfield, but Sento is going to be there to match. Net open, but Timing comes around at the perfect time once again. I see a theme. I understand the name. Demo from Bawa. That does give a 3v2 to NSG. They have it on the Trample Gaming side. But Gray will be able to clear it out. Dino going to wait. That's going to make a shot on goal possible for NSG, but not quite yet. Sento gets it back out to the NSG side. Things got to turn around now for Nintendo Switch. They got 50 seconds to play defense, but they got 50 seconds of shots like that coming out from Gray. That one's slightly off the mark to the top left, but now NSG bring it back right to the net, right off the backboard. Still 2-0. 38 to go. Gray at net. Timing going to go for the block, and it's had to deal with a shot, but not going to be able to block it out. Sento makes it 2-1. Trample Gaming don't want any more games. They don't want to deal with a Game 6. They want to get through here, and with 35 seconds on the clock, they have plenty of time to do so.
They do, and Timing got a piece of that one in the net. Unfortunately, just not enough. He kind of careens off into the corner, not out of the goal like they'd hoped.
Oh my God!
They only need 2 seconds. Wow.
Jaw dropped completely.
Whoa.
That is as unfortunate gets for Nintendo Switch Gaming. That ties it up at 2-2 with 33 seconds to go. Trample Gaming just need one more victory, so they need one more goal in this 30 seconds to move themselves forward to the semifinals. NSG going to have to play enough offense to keep that from happening while keeping their eye on the defense in case the shooter starts shooting. 20 seconds to go. NSG going to try to look for one more, try to get that lead themselves, try not to have to deal with an overtime. The shot comes in. Zach comes up out of nowhere, too, for the save. 10 seconds to go, still tied up. Is this potential overtime on the horizon? NSG have one more shot at it, off the backboard. Sento misses the clear. Timing gets the shot. 3-2, Nintendo.
And now 3 seconds left on the clock. We've seen what they can do into Trample. Miraculously still with a chance in this. Not to take anything away from Nintendo Switch Gang. An incredible goal, but now 3 more seconds to push them on to game number 6. Can they hold out?
They played the kickoff right this time, and it's going to touch. And Nintendo Switch Gaming, they stay alive. Backs against the wall, and they pulled it together and in dramatic fashion with the last second goal. Timing is everything, right?
Yeah, almost a disastrous turn of events there for the Nintendo Switch Gang. Yeah, an incredible goal off the kickoff by Zach, and I don't know if that was miscommunication from the Switch Gang on who was going for it, or maybe a little bit of a misflip. It did seem like a wonky angle, but regardless, they get the victory. They're sure to be happy about that. Now moving us on to game number 6. You said at the start you wanted to see it push to Champions Field at game number 7, and we are 1 map away. Nintendo Switch Gang so close to getting us to that coveted last map.
I have yet to see Champions Field for Game 7. I've seen it for Game 5 on my very first Rlss cast. I have not seen Game 7 with you, certainly. And we've never had a Game 7 together. We've only had best of 5s because everything you and I have cast together is a much longer type of setting. So, honestly, us both being baseball fans, Game 7's kind of the dream. So I'm kind of like, I'm never rooting for one team over another, but I'm kind of rooting for the concept of a Game 7 this time.
Exactly. It's kind of like that feeling where you want Nintendo Switch Gang to win this one so we get a Game 7, but then you're just like, whoever wins, it'll be cool in that last game. And yeah, obviously, it's so used to casting stuff like Smite, where this whole best of 7 would fit in one game, so the length certainly has to have an impact here on these players, longer than normal, now longer than any regular season set. Those can only go up to 5. But here in game number 6, Nintendo Switch Gang started off strong once again. Bawa, though, going to miss the ball, and Trample Gaming still have it on their end, trying to get it out. Bawa still keeping it in, and now timing a little hesitant, gets to the boost, gets a shot. Redirect from Bawa, but too close to the goal. Can't get the shot to go through.
Massive warning for everybody new to Fisher and I. We like to pop veins. We like to scream loud for games like this, for moments like this in playoffs. It's the entire thing we both love forecasting, and the potential is certainly there. Nintendo got to stay alive. 3-2 lead favoring Trample Gaming. They get this game, they go to semifinals. They lose this game, it's Champions Field, and it's a chance at an insane upset. Bawa gonna take the shot! Sento with the... Oh boy, lucky save. Bounced off the corner, pinched it in, almost accidentally got it in. Now timing gonna continue. The shot's out from NSG. And a bump on Zach. A calm bump, no demo. Refreshing.
Love to see the camaraderie there. Now left up in front of the net. Zacho going to get to that one. Nintendo Switch Gang can't really make a shot happen. Up to now, fresh off the demo, looking for a shot on goal. Might have it. It's up, but it's away by Bawa. Sento, though, still keeping it in. Only one member close, so Gray rotated back. Right now, going to have a chance at this ball, but instead it's a pinch from NSG. And a shot on goal.
Dino followed up too, but it got sent out by Trample, and Bawa had to respond. But thankfully for NSG, Bawa did. Now they get the ball back to the Trample side. Zach going to contest with Bawa at midfield, but timing's going to be their follow-up. Sento does get a hit on it, but that centers it for NSG, and Dino almost with a shot, but after the contact, timing can just kind of walk on in. Dino and timing combine to get a goal on board for Nintendo Switch. They take a 1-0 lead in Game 6.
Great job there from NSG. They started out how they need to. Trample Gaming now going to have to try to find a reply here. NSG with a much better kickoff, still sent back towards there, and Dino not going to get there, but Bawa is trying to put it up on goal. Pass one member off the backboard. Are they going to get a shot off? They are not going to. Good defense from Trample. Going to center it, but without someone for a shot. Timing easily bats it away.
Timing going to be waiting on that Trample Gaming side. Almost got locked up. Imagine a lockup in a Game 6. And, oh, man. Nintendo Switch holding on to that 1-0 lead. Oh, boy. Don't give me anxiety like that. Dino trying to get fancy with it. Going to be a demo coming out from timing. That's going to help NSG on this defense. Keep the ball away. Bow Wow credit for the save, but then Bow Wow gets demoed. Now a shot comes out from Trample, but it hits the crossbar. Can the follow-up from Gray be enough? Gray's been fancy all season, not this time. NSG hold the save, hold the 1-0 lead. Onslaught continues, Zach with a shot. Zach blocked off. Dino gets control back for NSG once again. But we're not done yet. We're not out of dodge yet. Zach still set up, but gets countered. NSG looking to get the ball away from their net. They're tired of this constant barrage. They finally do it, and Gray's still waiting. But this time, it makes it to the Trample side.
Few saves, a few misses, and NSG still alive, and now they have it on offense set up in front of the goal. Nobody there to follow up on it, though. Dino not close enough. Bow Wow with it on net, though, and a beautiful save by Sento to keep it out of there. Nintendo Switch Gang, though, with another nice shot. It's going to be timing hit away once again by Sento. Second save in about 7 seconds. Now put back towards the middle. Timing with a good shot. Hit away by Bow Wow before it can get cleared by Trample, though. NSG still on attack, but once again, no one down there to make the shot count.
This game's got me sitting up, grabbing my hat. 1-0 lead, 1:35 left in the clock. Trample Gaming need one more win. Gray gonna try to make the shot happen. Zach gonna follow up for it. It gets centered, backed off again. No shot yet for Trample. Still 1-0 lead. NSG are holding on. They gotta play defense, but defense needs some offense. Shot comes out from Dino. Couldn't find their goal. They still gotta play that defense. Gray gets a demo, but Dino keeps it on the offensive. Bit of a misread there, but Bow Wow will be there to clean things up. 1 minute 5 left on the clock, and a shot comes in, and he was too far back for the block, so Trample Gaming tie it up.
Maybe a fortunate misser from Trample. Don't know if it was a miss or a fake, but result is still the same. Zach able to get that goal, and Bow Wow so close to saving that one. Maybe a front flip if it was a 1/10 of a second earlier. Could have saved it, but unfortunately not much NSG can do, and now Trample back on the attack. A shot by Sento. The way though immediately, NSG still holding on, tied up 1-1, 1 minute left, all the ones, and into Game 7. Is NSG going to be able to do it? Not if Gray has anything to say about it. Oh.
Dino may have just kept the Nintendo season alive, but the ball's still going aggressive on Nintendo. They still have to keep defending. Trample Gaming are 1 goal and 40 seconds away from moving on, and NSG need all that just to force another game. They still have to deal with the ball being on their side of the pitch. Control's not looking great, nobody in the net, but they do have it. Ball's in control of NSG with 30 seconds to go. Dino gonna go for the shot, set it up for Bow Wow, but it gets sent away from Zach. Now Trample will have 20 seconds to try to make a play happen. Semifinals there, but it gets sent out before they could. Sento gonna meet with timing, neither get the better of it. Gray gonna be there, they're gonna lock up. It's a 50. Timing! Hits it up! Nobody there for the follow-up. Still 1-1. 8 seconds left. Is anyone going to get the better of it, or are we going to go to an OT? Dino's still aggressive with Bow Wow. The ball's still on the Trample Gaming side. 1 second. Got to keep it up. Bow Wow going to try for it, but the ball still up. Still not down. Close to goal. Sent away. Stayed alive. OT time.
Trample Gaming very nearly losing that one, but a great job in defense. Nintendo Switch Gang aren't able to put it on, and now in limited time, 1 goal to go. Who's going to take this one? Nintendo Switch Gang can have a good attack. Hit away, though. Sento keeps it in. Oh, missed defense, but now Bow Wow's going to be there to hit it back out. Timing. Wasn't able to get there. Gets a nice bump, though, and now Dino takes it up the net.
Zach has it set up. It's high, but this is dangerous for Trample. Too dangerous. Nintendo Switch force a Game 7, and they do it in OT.
What a goal to do it on. Maybe miscommunication by Trample. They send 2 up. Both come down. So does the ball. And they're able to put it right in. Nintendo Switch Gang with a huge goal. Timing coming through when they needed them. Now we've wanted to see it all playoffs long. We're finally going to get it. It's game number 7.
It's Champions Failed, baby. It's our first chance there in this playoffs, Fisher. Our first time there with Rlss. In a moment like this, the winner of this Game 7, Fisher, they go to the semifinals. They have a shot. They have a shot at it all. They have a shot at the big prize. They played an entire season for this. Nintendo Switch Gaming came in as an absolute underdog. Trample Gaming came in as a massive favorite. But now to Game 7, none of that matters. It's genuinely a best of 1. That's the only thing that matters.
That's the crazy part, too. I mean, none of the past games have any impact. No score carries over. It's a best of 1. It's 1 game. The scores reset to 0. and they're going to need to figure out what they got to do here. Nintendo Switch Gang has had two very, very nice games back-to-back. We talked about them maybe needing to use that timeout, get their heads back in it. They didn't need it, and now the rules reversed. Trample Gaming on the wrong side of almost a reverse sweep coming up here. They got to do something to slow down the team in red. They need to take this game to preserve that undefeated season.
Hey, you up? It's Game 7. Trample Gaming, Nintendo Switch Gang, the overwhelming favorite versus the potential dark horse. Winner moves on to semifinals. Kickoff goes. Trample Gaming get the better, but not for long. NSG already find themselves on the offense, and Bow Wow's trying to make something clear for Dino. Stay in control. Nothing was clear. Trample Gaming trying to get a footing. Zach going to be the one to do it, but timing will try to meet Zach. Trample Gaming do get the better. It's at midfield and kind of resting. Sento will be there. Now Sento, no boost, can't really make a play off of it. Bow Wow gonna have to beat the defense. Trample Gaming! Oh no! Dino, cross the field! Dino! My goodness!
There was a member there. Oh my gosh, did they put it on net? Is it gonna go? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Say that goal or the ball was already on net and they didn't ricochet it in.
Oh my God.
That could have been absolutely disastrous if that was the case. So hard to tell from this angle. NSG, though, don't care if it was an accident. They want a second one. Dino, though, not going to be able to get to the ball in time. Great time trying to take it down, flips under it, gets it over one head, but Bow Wow sends it back. Zach, though, going to keep it on NSG's half. Dino this time going to get up there.
4 minutes on, 1-0, favoring NSG. Trample Gaming trying to make a play happen. They don't want to be down for long. You cannot afford to be at a disadvantage. If you find yourself playing catch-up in a Game 7, that can lead to mistakes. That can lead to panic. Sento, no interest in mistakes, but not going to find as good of a shot as may have potentially been there. NSG will clear the ball out. They're going to go for it. Dino going to lead it all the way. Going to be off the back. Set up for Bow Wow, but doesn't have the perfect angle for a shot. Timing will continue the aggression from NSG. They'll try to make something happen, but with Sento and company lurking in net, going to be tough to do, tough to get around. Because one thing to keep in mind is, while yes, Trample have to get a goal now, because the favor is for NSG, they also got to continue defense, because if you go down too far, that's where things get impossible.
One thing we don't want to see NSG do is change up their tactics. Sure, you're up 1-0, but it can very quickly be a 1-1. Shot going to be off the mark here, though, from Trample. Now NSG with a nice attack. Zach sends it away. NSG, though, might beat them to it, and indeed they do off the crossbar. Can they get the second chance? No, they can't. Oh, Trample still holding on. NSG desperately trying to make it a 2-goal lead. They can't do it yet, though, and now Trample with the chance on the attack. Here comes Gray.
And NSG know that 1-0 is not a safe lead. They just know it for a fact. They cannot trust just one measly goal. They need more than that, and that's why they're playing so aggressive. But same rule applies to them. They still have to be hyper aware, because Trample Gaming, they've got shooters, they've got Gray, they've got Sento, and not to be forgotten is Zach. 2 minutes and 35 seconds remain. There's a shot on net, but Bow Wow's in the net and ready to send it back out. 2:30 now, still 1-0. NSG still hanging on.
Right now taking it up the side, might be able to get it towards the middle. Indeed does. Bow Wow there yet again, though.
Oh!
Stud on defense this entire series, and a demo might
Timing!
an offensive opportunity. What a redirect. Oh, that was incredible, and the timing was just perfect.
2 demos lead
Wow.
to a 2-0 for NSG. Trample Gaming has been undefeated this entire season. They were the favorites coming in. NSG, come on! This is unreal. And now with 2:13 left, it's starting to look possible. The believers are starting to actually feel like they've got a chance for NSG and for Trample Gaming. Your legendary season hangs in the balance. You know you can do it. You've been proven time and time again. We've seen it this series. They've scored this much in this amount of time. They've scored more in this series, but still, time is ticking down. Trample Gaming with a shot. It's possible. Who's going to follow up? Timing will be the one to do it, to get it away from the net. Trample Gaming not going to find the shot yet. Miscommunication. Not going to help either. Gray's there. This is the closest they've come, but they can't do it. Dino with the save.
Insane. Since game one, the defense is what makes them stand apart.
God!
But this time it's the offense. They go up 3-0. Dino with a goal. And now it's all falling apart for Trample. A minute and a half to save the perfect season. A Nintendo Switch Gang The handheld devices looking absolutely unstoppable. Can they do it for another 90 seconds?
These dudes overclocked their switches! What is happening?
Oh my gosh, and they're gonna have another chance? Oh, what a save by Zach.
That keeps Trample alive. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. It's not impossible yet. Gray gonna try to put on those MVP shoes, but Dino gonna be there to block it. Now Sento follows up. This is their best shot of a goal again, but they still can't do it. They still can't get it in. Time is running out for Trample Gaming, and Nintendo Switch Gang are gonna pile on. It's 4-0.
What a goal there by timing. Might have sealed that one up. As now 4 minutes, 64 seconds. They've had quick goals. They've had a lot of goals, but I don't know if they can do it in that time span. This might be the upset of the century if Nintendo Switch Game pulls this one off. Final minute now ticking down. Trample Gaming need to make something happen now. And it was a good shot and goal by Sento. Knocked away by guess who? It's Bawa once again. NSG taking it up the field.
Trample Gaming. They have 50 seconds to do what feels impossible. We're off the bat. Can they find one? Not quite. NSG get the ball back on offense. 40 seconds to kill. 4-0 lead. Game 7. Upset of the century. Fisher said it. They're going to get another 5-0 for Nintendo Switch Gang. This is absolutely surreal.
This is where the sad music starts to play if you're a Trample Gaming fan. It's been hype all season, but now they're down the wrong side of a 5-0. Half a minute to get a comeback. And it's not a... Okay. Not how to start it.
30 seconds remain. And it's pretty easy to write checks at this point. Trample Gaming had an unbelievable season. You can look back at the records, you can look back at the stats, and you can look back at the VODs to see all of that. To see how great their season was. Undefeated. Monsters. Demons. But you can look at this Game 7, and you can look at this series, and you know what you'll see? You'll see a score of 5-1 favoring Nintendo Switch Gang. You'll see absolute dominance in Game 7 of all things on Champions Field. Nintendo Switch Gang came out to play, and with 5 seconds remaining, and possibility there for Trample, it'll just be some fun on the way out. And Nintendo Switch Gang, I have one question, Rlss. Do you have Docs in the semifinals?
They're going to get the win. You said it well, one of the most unlikely events, Trample Gaming, with an incredible season. Unfortunately for them, it comes to an end here. What a victory by NSG, though. They upset, arguably the favorites to win the entire tournament with an MVP candidate. Doesn't matter. Nintendo Switch Gang all the way. It doesn't get much better than that. I guess we've been playing Rocket League on the wrong platform all these years.
Dude. Surreal. I don't know what to say. Absolute shock. How's everyone feeling? Is everybody on the same page as us? Just absolute shock and awe.
I don't think there's any other page you can be on. Oh, but yeah, incredible set. And before I'm sure we go on to sing the praises of NSG, gotta commend what a season there from Trample Gaming. Undefeated the whole way, and they certainly showed up in some of these games here today. Unfortunately, though, just weren't able to take it home. And what a game from NSG. Still can't get over that.
100%. I know I said it at the end of the game there, and I truly do mean it. So much to feel proud of your Trample Gaming. I've seen so many teams be in this position. I've seen so many teams go through it. I've talked to so many players going through it. That is a rough feeling, and I understand. But at the same time, you do eventually, you'll have the moment when you look back at your season and feel proud. But with that, like you said, Fisher, let's look at the present. Let's look at the shock, because Nintendo Switch Gang, they're going to the semifinals. And don't worry, we're waiting on, I'm waiting to hear back to make sure they're ready for an interview. I don't want to impede any celebration right away. We will hear from Nintendo Switch Gang, because I absolutely want to hear the excitement in their voices. Oh, and they are ready. So Fisher, I will meet you in there, my friend, and we'll get to see how these guys are feeling.
You fucking missed.
Hey guys.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Feeling great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
What's up?
Congratulations. Are you guys
Thank you.
has stuff
you.
processed at all?
No, I'm in shock.
Not yet, not yet.
I mean, hey, you should feel proud. You should feel shocked. That was a shocking victory. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh my
you guys had a really tough fight too. I mean, Trample Gaming is so good, and you could see it throughout that series. But something in Game 7 clicked. So let's try to walk it back. Kind of take me through. Let's start at the very beginning because this was a tough matchup on paper. So take me through how you felt coming into the series.
Well,
Well, honestly, we felt very confident, and throughout the series, like at first we thought just our normal playstyle would work, and then after our game 2 loss, we noticed that like, it was not working, so we would have to adapt. And then we started arguing about what kind of playstyle we should do, because like yes, demos and that kind of stuff works, but we won a couple times with that. And then also we lost, or the game was closer when we played defensive. So instead we just have me mostly play defensive and Dino and Tommy play offensive. It worked out really well.
yeah, and that and do bumps as well.
Yeah, there were. That was something that Fisher pointed out actually during. I think it was Game 2. The first time you had mentioned it, Fisher, was that the bumps and just the kind of aggressive play was certainly there, including. I mean, we even saw a lockup. That's kind of how you know, right? So take me through kind of where things started to turn. You guys were on the ropes, to say the least. Triple Gaming was one game away, and you guys held on, and you were able to kind of pull out the shock from there. But take me through the clincher game for Trample Gaming. Take me through how you guys felt, because I ask every single time about comms, and I always will. It's my favorite thing about competitive is hearing what's being said. So take me through it. Were you guys calm? Were you at that arguing phase, or were you kind of just at that buckle down, like everything from here is a best of one mindset?
Honestly, like we're very like panicky in comms, but also calm at the same time. Like we panic a lot, but we're also, I don't know how else to describe it, honestly. Like we're very bipolar, I guess, when it comes to that. Like we'll get mad at each other, or like we'll like get annoyed at each other at first, and literally the half a second we know to lock in and ignore it. It's just a game, honestly.
Yeah,
Just gotta play calm.
you're right. That's kind of the secret to the sauce, right? Now
Yeah.
I'll hand it over to my friend Fisher, because I'm sure he has plenty of questions as well.
I mean, first off, it's just shocked that I don't think I've ever heard a team admit that they were panicked in an interview.
That is very true.
I guess whatever works for you. And kind of going along with that, when they started to get on that roll, obviously after 4 games up 3-1, you kind of take a game by game and you try not to play it up in your head. But was there any concern on your end, like, oh, we're about to get swept? Or did you kind of think, we still got this, we're still in it? Was there any, like, kind of negativity, or just kind of positive the whole way through, very
We
confident?
knew we had it. We
Yeah,
all
honestly,
knew we
Like
had
to
it.
hear.
Honestly, for me, like I feel like I play better when the more pressure there is, the harder it is. Honestly.
Yeah, and for me.
I love the tougher opponents. They give me more struggle.
I mean, you're not going to find a much tougher opponent than Trample Gaming.
Oh, that
Then
sucks.
I think to go along with that, you talked about the playstyle a lot, and whether you were switching it up, whether it was bumping, whether it was demos. Is that something you're going to look at going forward? Are you going to try to keep that strategy you had in the latter half of those games going? Or are you still going to try what you were maybe going for in the first 2 games? It wasn't working at first. Like, are you doubling down, or do you think it's time to switch it up?
Honestly, I think we'll continue just to do with our normal strat, but we will try switching it up if we need, and probably just in general we will.
Yeah, I mean, adaptability always important for any playoff team to go in there and do what you need to on the fly. But I think that wraps it up for me, unless Anthony's got anything else he wants to add on.
No, Fisher, you hit it perfectly, but this is your guys' shot. I mean, you do know your opponents now. You know that you'll be facing the Affinity Prospects, who had a very, very back and forth but strong series against New Age Nova. So this is your chance to make any shout-outs you'd like to make. Thank coaches, thank teammates, whatever it may be, as well as if you want to say anything to Affinity Prospects. But just keep in mind, any smack talk you make, you will be held to a court of law to follow up on, because that's how smack talk works.
That's kind of our whole team, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
but other from that, we've been scrimming Affinity Reborn a lot lately. Like a lot. We just scrimmed them before this match, honestly, actually. So we'll be looking at some of those saved replays that we have.
Okay, so some save replays. Any shout-outs or anything you guys want to make before we head out?
Yeah, shout out to Life Rlss. He was on Switch till like a week and a half ago. Or he was till a week and a half ago, and he went from GC2 to 1 game off SSL. He's getting it very soon. Honestly, crazy. He's also our coach, but
He did.
glad to s-
He's also been recognized by the pros as well. Well, some of them.
yeah.
I mean, he's friends with Arsenal, so it makes sense.
Well, a nice shout
No.
out from you guys, and once again, congratulations on a shocking upset. And I will be one of the casters for your semifinal set. So best of luck, and I hope you and
nice.
Affinity Prospects have a really exciting war. And I will see you guys November 4th. And once again, congratulations. I mean it.
Thank you.
You have a great
All
night.
Thank you.
right, sounds fun. Thank you. Thanks for the casting. It was a blast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
And away, Fisher, and I go.
Have a good night, y'all.
Well, we heard the good stuff, that's for sure. We absolutely now know where Nintendo Switch Gang stand, and they are unfazed. They were unfazed coming in, and they're looking forward to the future. Fisher, any final thoughts from you?
I mean, I think the one thing that pops up in my mind, that age-old saying, any team can win any day. Hopefully we're going to see some more upsets like this, and hopefully going to see some more Game 7 sets in the rest of these playoffs. Like you highlighted, I know you're going to be back for some of the cast. We still got semifinals, finals, all the hype here, so make sure you keep tuning in, keep watching the games. Hopefully going to see a lot more sets just like this one.
Absolutely. If you are new to Rlss and what that is, there is a Discord panel in there on my Twitch panels. Just click on Rlss. They'll take you to the Discord. You can meet the community there. You can play. There's always stuff going on. There's lots of other casters who do lots of great things. That was it for KingFsher and myself, AnthonyMalum. Thanks to the teams for allowing us to cast such an exciting set. And here's looking forward to the rest of the Rlss playoffs. We'll see you November 4th for semifinals. More soon. We'll see you Monday night for Olivet Gaming versus Unknown Academy, which Olivet Gaming sure to continue to put on a show, but can Unknown Academy match up? Those are the big questions. Thank you for all the follows and a couple subscriptions I saw tonight. That means a lot to me and to KingFsher as well for you guys hanging out with us. We'll see you next time, and enjoy the rest of your night and have a safe Halloween weekend. If you do party, have a drink for me.